I'd like to start this video off by saying I am not a financial advisor. Should you choose to invest in Bitcoin or any other asset, to do your own research or seek the advice of an actual financial advisor, one that knows what the hell they're doing with Bitcoin or crypto, that is. Now, I said in my last video that we need to retrace, we need to correct at some point, and if we do, we could end up going back down to the 200 daily moving average and bouncing from there, because the RSI is damn near overbought, and of course our lovely BitMEX funding rate is also peaking. However, let's switch to the hourly. Okay. And yeah. There we go. Like, mobile trading view just doesn't like to cooperate sometimes. Anyways, now that we're on the hourly, you can see that we are kind of consolidating. This is either a symmetrical triangle or it could be a bullish pennant. Either way, both are bullish patterns, and they both tend to have bullish breakouts. And since we've been hitting this resistance for quite a while, so by the time we do break out of this consolidation pattern, there may be nothing left of this resistance, and we may end up taking off in the upwards direction. So, yeah. Okay, now, if this does happen to break in the upwards direction here, hold on. I expect us to stop in this area. I don't see us breaking this area on the first try, especially considering 10,000 is a psychological barrier, and we have resistance right here, and the RSI is damn near overbought. If we break out up and we stop here, we'll probably correct back down from here, either testing this as support or going back down to the 200 daily moving average, confirming that has become support. So if we go down to the 200 daily moving average and confirm that is support, then the RSI may travel down towards 60, maybe even 50, and that'll give us a lot of room to run. But that remains to be seen. And yeah. Now, I'm gonna give you guys an update on this coronavirus, because it doesn't seem to be getting contained like it should. Well, I mean, there's only so much people can actually do to stop it, but over the past couple of days, the case count has skyrocketed. I think it's up over 11,000 now, last time I checked. Yeah, so we're gonna go to that. Alright, this is the coronavirus map. This is showing where all the cases are roughly located. As you can tell, China, ground zero, is polluted. And we got cases popping up in Europe, we got cases popping up in North America here, primarily US and Canada. We got some down here in Australia too. Now, we're gonna go to a different part of this. Get out of this map here. Hold on. This chart here shows the case count over time. It shows its growth, and that is not a growth pattern you want to see, because that kind of looks like it's starting to go parabolic. Well, actually, right here you can tell it's kind of like dying down a little bit. There's like a slight. It's kind of like this, but on a much less subtle tone. Kind of like, you know, hopefully this ends up just dying down. We could hope, at least, but it's best to be prepared for the worst. Anyways, the case count has jumped majorly. Right here in one day, the 24th to the 25th, the cases doubled from 916 to 2,000. Then we're up to 2,700 the next day, then 4,400, 6,000, 7,700, 9,700, 11,200. This line here, this is mainland China, by the way. This other line is the rest of the world. I mean, this is bad news for China. The rest of the world, what do we got? We got 153 cases throughout the rest of the world. That means it has not spread vastly. It's not widespread anywhere else in the world except for mainland China. Now, I'm going to show you the next thing. Now, out of this, okay, the exact case count, actually, hold on, let me move my big head out of the way. The actual case count is 11,374. That's what? From January 20th to now, the case count has gone from like 200 to 11,374. That's a pretty quick jump. And, 500, roughly 500, just a little over 500 of those cases have resolved. What's alarming about that is more people died than recovered. 259 people died, 252 people recovered. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is technically a 50% mortality rate. Now, I mean, it's really too early to tell what the exact mortality rate's going to be, but out of the cases that have resolved, half died. Just over half of the people died. So, throughout the rest of the world here, I'm going to show you case count by country. Mainland China, 11,221. Thailand, 19. Japan, 17. Singapore, 16. Hong Kong, 13. South Korea, 11. Taiwan, 10. Australia, 9. Malaysia, 8. Germany, Macau, U.S., 7. France, 6. United Arab Emirates, United Arab, whatever. I don't even know how to fucking say that. 4. Canada, 3. Italy, Russia, UK, Vietnam, all 2. Cambodia, Finland, India, Nepal, Philippines, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sweden, all have 1. Hopefully they can contain this before it becomes a major disaster, because quite frankly, I know 11,221 cases there seems like a lot, but millions of people every year catch the flu. So this is actually a small number overall. This is not really a big percentage of people that actually have got the virus, but the rate that it's spreading is what's concerning. I mean, there's a good chance that they can contain this before it gets too out of hand. I have no doubt in my mind that that is possible, but it's always good to keep an eye out on this to see what happens, because you never know. So, as far as I am concerned, or as far as I'm aware, it is transmitted by air. I think it's like, the droplets can be, within 3 to 6 feet of the person infected you're able to catch it if they sneeze and you're within 3 to 6 feet of them. Yes. So, if you're sick, cover your mouth when you sneeze. If you're not sick, avoid crowded areas. Well, if you're in an area that there's a potential infection, that is. Always wash your hands. I'm sure you can look up information about this virus and figure out what you need to know, but I did want to give you all this update because, I mean, I know my channel isn't exactly a health channel, but this virus is without a doubt affecting stock prices, and I'm sure that Bitcoin's going to be affected if it hasn't already. So this is something that you need to keep an eye on if you are trading the markets too. That this will affect you. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you all this update. So, quick update. I waited till for later in the day to see how far this case count would jump in one day, and we are up to 14,010 total confirmed cases with 304 deaths and 331 recovered. And like I said earlier today, this has affected the stock market, and I think the Dow actually dropped 600 points on Friday, and yeah, so if you're trading, this definitely is affecting you. this is definitely going to affect you either way if this gets out of hand. So do keep an eye on this. I'm not trying to spread fear, but this case count is going up pretty quickly. But like I said before, even though it is 14,000, well, yeah, even though this is 14,000 cases, it's still a small number compared to the world population. And if they still have a chance to contain this, if they manage it or not, I don't know. But like I said, do keep an eye on this. Also, from what I've read or heard, the block halving, this countdown may actually be off by some, because they're now saying that the block halving could happen in April now, because the hash rate has been skyrocketing, and yeah, so we could be seeing a block halving a lot sooner than originally anticipated. As far as this countdown goes, it's in 100 days, but it could be less than 100 days. It could be like 90 days or something. It just, or 80 days even. It depends on what time. It just, I don't know when they're going to update this countdown, but I'll let you know when they do. One more thing before I go, the monthly MACD, the month of January has closed out the candle, so the monthly MACD has not crossed yet in bearish, but if it actually does cross bearish, it's likely going to just cross once, then it's going to cross again almost immediately back to bullish. So there's no real reason to actually pay the monthly MACD any mind. The weekly MACD has crossed bullish a while ago, and yeah, so there's nothing really to worry about there as far as that goes. And of course, here is the monthly. As you can see, we had quite a bullish month as far as January goes. We're out of the downtrend. We are on our way up. The halving is just around the corner. Things are starting to look good. And like I said before, we could have a run-up right before the halving, and then we could have a collapse, and then we can continue from there. And that's just because of people piling in from media attention surrounding the halving, and then people dropping out because the price didn't immediately move, and of course the more experienced traders taking their profits. So this could be a trade opportunity and something good. It's something to keep an eye on, and you may have a chance to increase your HODL stash by trading this. So do keep an eye on that. And with that, that is all I have for you guys tonight. I will see you all next time.